Reading which should be uplifting, is uplifting, and I think is uplifting, and that's a strange introduction, right? A bell is not a bell till you ring it. A song's not a song till you sing it. Love in your heart wasn't put there to stay. Love isn't love till you give it away. Oscar Hammerstein. And there you are. How about that? And today's reading is about love and faith. In fact, it's called Faith and Love Intertwine. First quote's from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who says, faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. I remember this one. It's a pretty famous quote, and it's a good one. Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. And it always reminds me of Indiana Jones when he was I think he was being pursued by a boulder, and he's running, and then he comes to this gorge, and it's too far for him to jump. He's stuck at the back, and then he steps out in faith, and when he steps out, immediately the bridge appears, and he walks across, and then when he's gone, the bridge, of course, goes back. So that's what it always reminds me of. Perfect faith, right? Those who have great faith have great power, and that was Ernest Holmes in the Science of Mind textbook, and it's on page 156. And this is Reverend Soni. Faith and love deeply intertwine. Why? Because faith is the trust that love is always present, even when circumstances seem uncertain. In spiritual living, faith is not blind belief. Instead, it's the conscious recognition of Spirit's ever-present guidance and unfailing love. When we cultivate faith rooted in love, we shape our lives less from fear and more from trust in the wisdom and the goodness of the divine reality. Today, bring loving awareness to places in your life where uncertainty or insecurity arise. She says, instead of resisting those feelings or trying to control outcomes, invite love into the space of your attention. Feel Spirit's presence supporting you in every breath, reminding you that you are not alone. Love reassures our heart and steadies our mind. Through love, faith becomes something felt rather than merely thought, an experience of trust in the unfolding of life's divine purpose. As we choose love over fear, our spiritual awareness deepens and our faith becomes a grounding force that infuses courage, clarity, and peace into our day. Love invites us to move forward with confidence, trusting that the infinite presence that upholds us guides every step, even if we do not fully understand. In this sacred in this sacred trust, faith becomes a dynamic expression of loving action. You know, I was just thinking, the people who in the past, recent lifetime have expressed love, to me, two people come to mind. There's lots more out there. There's lots and lots out there. But Princess Di and Mother Teresa, and I think they both expressed their love for humanity. And I think they're good examples to follow. Did they have their faults? Yes. Did Princess Di have her faults? Yeah, absolutely. But was she open and honest, and did she actually just demonstrate love to everybody at every layer of society? Absolutely. Did Mother Teresa do that? Yes, absolutely. So these are two people I think of when I think of love in action, which is what I think here. Love in action means that you're putting your faith and your belief to work, and you're actually doing this stuff. So don't have a whole lot more today. I was just thinking, Sometimes these readings can seem academic, and sometimes they really speak to us, and sometimes they don't. And my honest way of looking at these is I wish that more people will be like our writer of last month and put more stories in there. She used a lot of personal stories. And to me, when you use a lot of personal stories, it gets the message over a lot better. And if you think about it, the people who actually are the best at getting messages across, they use stories to tell. They use stories to sell their message. And the old adage, facts tell, stories sell. Yeah, these facts are really brilliant. And just for me, I wish there were more stories involved. And maybe I can do my bit and try and come up with some real life stories to supplement the readings this month. So we'll see how that goes. It's pretty early in the month. It's about the 9th of the month. So we still have over a third of the month to go. So we'll see how that goes. My faith is grounded in love. I trust divine guidance in every step of my life. I trust divine guidance in every step of my life. My faith is grounded in love. Take your pick, use them both. Look out for Reverend Lisa tomorrow at 9:15. Look out for Danielle Johnson. I'm going to keep remembering Danielle's last name got changed back to Johnson. Danielle Johnson, one of our practitioners who does a midweek reading either on Wednesday or Thursday, depending on her schedule. Look out for me tomorrow evening, 5 p.m. I should be able to come on at 5 p.m., but you never know. Life gets in the way. So my knowingness for each of us today is that we put our love into action. And I claim this is true. I release it into the divine mind, calling it down. And so it is. And till next time, namaste.